Well, welcome everyone, and it's my great privilege to be able to introduce to you the Revd Robert Kangethe. He's the vicar of Kware Parish in Thika Diocese in the Anglican Church of Kenya, and is the vicar of our link parish here at St. Paul's. And it's my great privilege to ask him a few questions this morning. So welcome, Robert. Thank you for joining. Robert, tell me a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your family.
Thank you very much, Reverend Paul. I'm delighted to have this interview with you this morning. My name is Robert. I was born 1961. I was born in a family of 9 children. My father was a civil servant. My mother was a farmer. And I was brought up in a semi-rural situation in Kenya. And my parents were Christians, though they weren't keen in going to church. Until much later, when I was in primary school, that's when my parents took me to a Catholic church where I was baptized. And later, when I proceeded to high school, I did catechism by myself, and I was confirmed in a Catholic church. Much later, as I was also, after finishing my school, I went to work as a civil servant. And after working for some time in the engineering section, well, after having been trained in a polytechnic, I resigned and did some other business work until 1998, when the Lord called me from my business and I joined the church. I was involved in church planting in one of our local churches. And in that church, I was made a reader. I was licensed as a reader. And I served there for 8 years. And during my time as a reader, the bishop, by then our bishop, after sharing with him, he encouraged me to join theological college. And that's when I went for my training. And after that, I was ordained as a priest. Yeah.
Great. And you're married. Tell me a little bit about Pauline and your family.
Yes, I am married to Pauline. I'm about the same age. We were blessed with 3 men who are adults now. 2 of them are married. And then we also adopted a baby girl because we need to have a girl in our homestead. And we brought them together in a Christian way. And 2 of our children are married, as I said, and they have got their own children. So we have 4 grandchildren. And also our daughter recently got a baby boy. So we have 5 grandchildren.
You don't look old enough to be a grandfather, Robert. So, Robert, you're in Kware Parish in Thika. Tell me a little bit about what Thika as an area, and particularly Kware, is like. Is it a town, a city? Is it countryside? What is it like there?
Okay, thank you, Paul. Thika is within Kiambu County, and it is about 40 kilometers from our capital city, Nairobi. Thika, from the beginning, was an industrial setup, had an industrial setup. Actually, it had a name, Birmingham of Kenya. But yeah, it used to be called Birmingham of Kenya, and used to have quite a number of factories, industries. And today, we still have quite a number of them. Although it has also become a busy business center due to its proximity to Nairobi. And also, many people who work in Nairobi, they find it more cheaper to stay in Thika. So Thika is a very busy town. It's one of the busiest towns. And it has also become an educational center because we have quite a number of colleges, especially universities and other institutions. So it has drawn quite a number of young people. The population of young people is quite high. So Kware is within Kiambu County, about 30 kilometers from Thika and about 20 kilometers from Nairobi. We also have some rural setup near in the environs of Vika town, because there are quite a number of farms which are surrounding the town.
Absolutely.
The famous Del Monte pineapple farm is within Vika.
Is that Del Monte?
Yes, Del Monte.
Del Monte. We used to have an advert in this country on television that talked about the man from Del Monte. So those pineapples come from where you are.
Sure. It's a big source of employment to quite a number of people.
What is life? Oh, sorry. What is life like for your congregation? What is life like in Kenya at the moment for your congregation?
My congregation here, we have 3 congregations in my parish. I've just sent you some photos of the main church, which is Emmanuel Church, Kware. We have a population of about between 280 and 300 families, about 300 families now. 300, yes. And then we have the other congregation, the new congregation now, Judea, which is having about 100 families. And then we have Durumo, which is having about 120 families. Yeah, that's the population. In our services, we have 3 services, I would say. We have the children's Sunday school services. We have also started the teen service. We have the English service, and we have our vernacular. But in Judea, we are only able to have, we don't have the teens service. But for Durumo, we also conduct 2 services. And our services start at our time, Kenya time here, 8:30 for the English service, and then 10:30 for the vernacular service. Majority of those who attend the English service are people who maybe might not understand the vernacular here, or some people who might desire to come for service and maybe later on to go along with their businesses, or those who are employed and maybe in the afternoon they are supposed to be in their workplaces.
What is the vernacular language? What is the local language spoken there?
The vernacular language here is Kikuyu.
Kikuyu.
Kikuyu, yes. Kikuyu is nearer to Kiswahili. Across our country, Swahili is a language that almost everybody understands. It's a media of communication.
Brilliant. And is life, do many of your congregation, do they work in Nairobi, or do they work in Thika, or is unemployment a big issue where you are? What is life like there for your congregations?
I will start with the Kware. A third of my congregation, members of congregation, are working in Nairobi. A third. Some of them in the town, or some of them in the industrial area within Nairobi. Some of them are civil servants. And I would say also, a third also, they are engaged in businesses, their own businesses around Kware, that is within Kiambu County. And then the remaining that, these are people who are doing small businesses, working from their homes, doing some businesses which are just from within. They don't get out of this place mainly. And now for Judea, only about 10% are in formal employment. Mm-hmm. The others are in informal sectors. And the majority of our ladies are housewives. And some of them are engaged in small businesses just within the area. When you go to Durumo, I would also say only about 10% are in formal employment. Majority of the other people are in informal sectors. They are artisans, drivers, and their wives are, many of them are housewives. And then we have maybe a number of them who actually go to look for casual labor outside our parish.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing a bit about your three churches. Kware is the biggest of the three churches in the parish. Can you tell us a little bit about Judea? Because Judea is quite a young church in the parish.
Now, when I joined this parish last year, May, I found that the church was learning well, and it had 6 prayer cells. These 6 prayer cells included now Judea. And we thought that it could have been better if we could start a church between our Durumo church and Kware, because some of the people working with the young children are distance of about 2 to 3 kilometers. Then we agreed that we are going to change now one prayer cell into a church. And that's how we started this. And now we are happy that though we started with around 50 families, now the population has gone to 100. So I would say it was a wise decision because we have been able to draw more people who are not going to church. Those people who felt walking all the way to Kware or walking all the way to Drumo would have been a bit taxing. So they are able now to join us. Actually, when we started, we rented a kind of a big shop, and today now we cannot fit there. We are now pulling some tents nearer to the exit, and we are looking forward to getting a place so that we can go and elect, even if it is a semi-permanent structure, because the number now is quite big here.
Thank you. I mean, it's amazing to hear. We're really encouraged to hear what the Lord's doing there. What are some of the encouragements from life in the parish for you? And what are some of the challenges? Perhaps the encouragements first.
The encouragement which I've got from here is their response. Their response is quite good. I remember recently we had a youth convention here, and I was amazed to see quite a number of young people accepting Jesus Christ as their personal Savior. This is not the first time, because even last year, we had also quite a number of people who got saved. I have been in some other parishes, and if you ask yourself how many people have received Jesus Christ maybe along the year, you might be amazed that there are very few. But I have been very much encouraged here. The other thing that have encouraged me here is the enthusiasm. The Christians here, they feel that they are in the house of the Lord. They praise the Lord well. And another thing that has encouraged me is that these people are divided into small prayer cells. They're able to meet once in a month, have a fellowship. Another thing also that has encouraged me is the ministry of compassion. They're able to relate to one another very well. They're able to help one another in terms of grief, in terms of difficulties, and also even when it comes to raising resources for the church, they are able to organize themselves from the prayer cells. Now, when we formed Judea, I encourage them also to continue the same spirit. And out of now the one prayer cell, which came from this Emmanuel Church, Kware, we were able to form now 4 small groups. And during my pastoral visit, I was able to visit quite all of the members. And we have agreed now that every month they'll be meeting for fellowship. And just in case of any pastoral issue, they're able to address them. This has also helped us to encourage more people to join leadership, because in every small cell, there are some leaders. There are people who, when they meet, they read the service. There are some who can attempt to preach. And now out of that number, we can be able now to pick a few of them and maybe mentor them so that they can take over some of the responsibilities. I'm looking forward to maybe also to recruit some leaders from the same, using the same process.
What about some of the challenges? We'd love to keep praying for you. We'll give thanks for the encouragements. What are one or two challenges that you're facing?
One of the challenges that I'm finding here is along weekdays, it's very difficult to get people here. We have tried a hope service on Wednesday, but it is not well attended. Only that during the school holidays, young people come, but for adults, because they are busy doing small businesses here and there, they're not able to come. Another challenge is also, of course, this is something that has affected almost everyone. The economic situations in the economy of our country. These people they have quite a number of challenges, even bring up their families. And this has resulted to some pastoral issues which have emerged. So stability of the families is one of the challenges. Another thing that has also affected one of the other challenges, which I can say, is that the church, I would require assistance. I'm the priest, and I'm doing everything, but although I have the foreign leaders, if possibly I could get an assistant, that would be much better. I wouldn't mind even getting an evangelist so that now we can be able to support one another. But otherwise, we cannot complain. I would say the parish is doing well. Yeah.
Robert, thank you so much for sharing all those things. I know in the future we'll have other opportunities to ask you different things about the parish, but I trust that will be a blessing, both for you to be able to share, but for us at St. Paul's to hear a little bit more about life in Kware. And please do send our greetings to your people in Kware and our brothers and sisters there, and do assure them of our prayers for you, Robert. So thank you for giving your time to answer those.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul.